I think, as you know, I spent a ton of time interviewing people the first 10 years of my career. That's really all I was doing. And in the course of that, you not only see what really good interviewing looks like, you also see what really bad interviewing looks like. So here are 3 things you should never do as an interviewee for a job. Number 1, when somebody asks you what your strengths are, do not say, "I love working with people." Because everyone before you said that exact same thing. Don't say, "I love working with people." Instead, if you want to talk about people, talk specifically about what the thing is that you love about working with them. Do you like challenging them, or do you like interviewing them, or do you like persuading them? Like, pick a verb. What do you like doing with, to, or for the people? Pick a verb. Second thing to avoid is when somebody asks you about your weaknesses, don't twist it around to make them sound like a strength. Everybody just before you in the interviewing line did the same thing. So don't say, "Oh, my weakness is that I care too much." Or don't say, "You know what my weakness is? My weakness is that my standards, they're just too high." Don't think you're being clever when you do that. Everyone's done that. Instead, when somebody asks you what your weaknesses are, tell them a particular activity or situation that weakens you. You don't have to say that you're bad at it. You might actually, weirdly, some of us are actually quite good at things that weaken us. But when somebody asks you for what are your weaknesses, tell them a couple of things that weaken you. We've all got them. We've all got things that drain us or drag us down. What are yours? That's not going to disqualify you for getting the job. It will just show that you're a thoughtful and curious person about yourself. And let's face it, for most managers, that kind of self-governance is a super attractive quality. The third thing to avoid is when somebody asks you, "Please tell me about a time when you did such and such." Like, please tell me about a time when you overcame resistance to your ideas. Or, "Please tell me about a time when you managed to start a project despite limited funding," or whatever the example is. When somebody says, "Please tell me about a time when you did something," never say, "Oh, it happens all the time. I do it all the time. I'm always overcoming resistance to my ideas." They've asked you for a time. They want to see a specific example of your past behavior. They're asking that because they believe that your future behavior will be heavily influenced by your past behavior. So they are looking for a specific example of a past behavior, in which case, give them one. Say, "I did this last month, this is what happened." Or, "I did this last week, this is what happened." Don't make it up. So if it didn't happen, say, "I've never done that before." That's okay too. But if it has happened, they are looking for a specific. Give them one.